The program Good Morning Salon, they continue, and as we'll be telling now inside one part with headlines to read them, today Radio Democracy will talk to a representative from the Political Parties Regulation Commission, PPRC, where we can talk about the reason they will make they don't agree with the political party them for say inside this election, no rally enough for happen. Well, for come talk on that decision day at this time, they welcome the Executive Secretary and the Political Parties Regulation Commission, Olusegun David.
Good morning, Fambule, on a morning.
The Political Party Regulation Commission, na body where government sets up for regulate the conduct of political party then at the country, and then self don dey register different political party then for say they're able for conduct themselves in a peaceful manner, and for say then political party are able to take part na any election as per waiting inside the constitution and self waiting the inside the 2022 Political Party Regulation Commission Act. Well, for that one, for welcome Olusegun David, when are the Executive Secretary for PPRC. Good morning once again. Welcome to the program.
Good morning and good morning, Fambule.
2 months now we dey go to election. Before we can talk about why on a ban rally and all the other thing them. 2 months now to election. So take listeners then to waiting as some of the preparation them where the commission don't do for say political party able for take part by this election, and self citizen and get the right self for participate by this election.
Of course, as a commission, just like what you don't say, the primary responsibility aside of the registration of political parties, we also then ensure say we monitor their activities, supervise their activities. Quite apart from that, we also then ensure say they're accountable to their members then. That's the reason why the Act make provision for the submission of the audited financial statements, where at the end of the day, will give fair knowledge to the commission about waiting the contributions from the membership and other actors, to the party. And aside of that, as a commission, we also ensure that we get political pluralism. Now, the reason that they make we see we get 17 political parties, unlike other territories where you go see them get just 1 or 2 parties. And quite apart from that, they do everything. We're going to ensure say we attain all of them we mandates them there. In recent time, we all know say yes, we get few months to the election, and the commission don't really engage in series of activities in preparation for the elections. The primary focus of the commission are for ensure say we go through the elections very quiet and very peaceful, irrespective of the various political ideas and concepts. But at the end of the day, the citizens they're able to make an informed decision through the policies of the respective actors, respective political leaders. Of course, we get diverse of activities. We ranging from political party capacity development. We also range from the effective supervision of the internal organs of political parties. All of them one in the line preparation of the elections. Series of activities then, what we don't do. One has got to do with training of the whole political party women association, the regional executive, all in the bid for capacitate the women there. We get series of laws, parts 9 of the Political Parties Act. It really don't come with title and political inclusion.
Okay.
The chairman of the commission be extremely passionate about the advancement of women. And for the first time, we get a whole chapter where they talk about women inclusion. So we get this training for them. We also get training for district representatives of political party.
So before you go in depth on activity then, before una able meet the mandate like for this particular election, though already now on a mandate. I mean in any election, una within the commission for put things them in place, structure for ensure say una meet up to the task of waiting what happen between different political party them. So now take will listener and via them through the structure where the PPRC don't put in place for ensure say whatever happen within on a mandate, on able for handle no political party no go point at and anatuna for say on a bias or on know they do on work independently.
Yeah, one of the steps that what we take in preparation for the elections was we actually beget the PSRU for can do a functional management review of the commission, because of course not a hidden secret, we beget a lean staff. So the PSRU reports they actually show say there is a need for make the commission strengthen in capacity as well. we begin for forward this report to the Ministry of Finance, and I want for use this opportunity for tell Papa government plenty thank you through the Ministry of Finance, because there be grants we approval for recruit staff, and we all of those we get towards the preparation of the elections. And as it is now, we get staff from various departments, and it will also increase the manpower of the commission for effectively monitor and supervise the activities of political parties. And quite apart from that, we also get for employ ad hoc staff through funding from International IDEA. We get for employ ad hoc staff. We go also help we for monitor the activities of parties, especially in district where we not get an office space. And so it's part of all the reforms that we get towards the elections generally. So we are better placed, and in terms of manpower and in terms of the requisite skills that we the staff then forget, we're better placed for effectively ensure.
Requisite skill. Let me look at professionalism and ensure say workman them na PPRC be neutral and know their work for say they're not for side any political party. But then for sure, see what they do them based on intelligence and professionalism.
If a professionalism is a watchword, you cannot work in the PPRC if you are not a professional. You can't. It's out of a day against we guiding principle, a day against the mandates, a day against every aspect of the commission. You have to be professional, and professionalism simply talk about you have to be apolitical. You shouldn't. You must not be a member of the PPRC. And I'll tell you this: there is no member of staff of the commission we get any allegiance to any political party, and because it is against our statute. That'll make the recruitment process of the commission really tedious, and we can always do all them background checks to ensure that the one day we will recruit that people that will not get any leaning to any political party, and they are not card-carrying members of political parties. So professionalism, now watchword, and the nature of the work what they do, you get for create a balance. You are handling the issues around political issues. You have 17 parties, and you get for create the balance for all the 17 parties, because they are equally important, just like any other party within the states.
According to you, say part of the reforms they wanna don't do for say wanna prepare for this election, now that wanna all different meetings and say wanna don't engage political party them. So they ask almost political party they wanna don't engage, and almost political party them presently prepare right now for the June 24 election.
Of course, when we do engagements, we engage all the registered political parties. We get 17 registered political parties, and we know they ever engage one and leave the others behind. We always they engage them at the same time in the same room. And as far as I'm concerned, we actually don't get a conference, and we don't tell the political parties that what will be the nomination criteria. We already discuss on so many other issues in preparation of the election. So in terms of preparation from political parties, I shall say some of them already prepared, and some of them they are the verge for prepare. So we hopefully say they all will prepare themselves ahead of the elections.
Because according to the chairman, APC, NGC, and SLPP, and the party they right now, we don't do everything, don't go through the process for let them see them before take part by the election. So you're talking about another engage all the other party them party are safe prepare for this election.
Yeah, of course, there's still get room. There's still get room for prepare. Nomination still not big gates. There's still get room for do all what they're supposed to do for get themselves prepared. So with the awaits there, that make we always get pre-engagements with them. That's part of the reasons we make we hold the conference on Monday, the 27th, for also remind them and bring them to speed to some of the things that they need for do in preparation for make them effectively compete in the June 24, 2023 elections.
So many people eager for no waiting at some of them preparation here, where the political party them for the put in place for ensure say then take part in the election where the country will get inside June. Now that you dear listener and viewer them know some of the preparation them where PPRC states to them party for saying identity for don't they in place we for going the legal right for take part in the election.
All right, this will just take me to the conference will be all with them on Monday the 27th with all the registered political parties, same way so the CSO, civil society organizations and SFBDD, with international partners and SFBDD, security sector, and the media. We just call them to this conference for we get an open conversation in preparation for the forthcoming elections. And I'll just talk about the second limb of the conference, because the first one get for do with campaign modes, but I'll left that for now, and I'll talk about the second one. We'll talk about the nomination criteria of political parties. It inside the acts. and not to say like not a new law. It always done they exist, even in the former acts of 2002, and the same provisions were there in the Act of 2002, also enshrined in the Act of 2022. And some of the provisions there, these are very simple provisions where all the political leaders they are aware of. You forget a functioning political party office. Functioning political party office, not to the that one way you they go find a domestic house, so get 4 rooms, they go rent 1 room inside there. That is not a functional political party office. Also, if you're able for submit your audited financial accounts as stated in the Act. The Act say at the end of the 3 months of the new year, all political parties for submit their audited financial statements. That's another provision, and that's another requirement. Quite apart from that, if you're not able for constitute the internal organs of your party, you're not going to organize a whole nation by running for presidency without being able to organize your internal structure within your party. So that's another criteria that political party they need for fulfill before they're able for that they will actually aid them for better prepare themselves ahead of the elections. And then quite apart from that, there's another very important one way they inside the Act we say that after the pronouncement of the date of an election, 21 days thereafter, political party then for don't actually submit to the commission a documentation of their assets and liability.
So as at now, where you are almost registered political party, they don't meet all of this provision.
Yeah, most of course, some of the parties they really don't meet them, and others they don't meet it, and that's the reason why we call the conference for reminding them of these provisions within the acts, and for better able for make them prepare themselves ahead of the elections. And part of what we informed is that any political party will not subscribe to the dictates of the law. It's not about PPRC. It's not about us. It's about the law, and the law is the law. And as political leaders, you want to govern the states, or for civil leaders, they adhere to the provisions of the law, because this law they want for use for govern the people there. And we don't say that any party will not really conform to the provisions in the acts. Definitely not get the nomination accepted by the Electoral Commission of Sierra Leone.
For audits and financial accountants, they go they go watch they forget party office na a different districts them. How best PPRC they do for system able for monitor, not to just wait till they can tell on go na the district there and office they within a different district they monitor for then different political party are getting see where the act say them forget.
Like I tell you, we get enough manpower for effectively monitor and regulate the activities of political parties. And that's the reason why some of the parties there is no document where they send to we where we actually need to do a review for just cross-check. Because we want to be sure. At the end of the day, the citizens they go always accountable if anything go wrong with those parties. So we equally for do due diligence by going through their documentation. And that's the reason why some political party leaders they just feel that they see the commission as an enemy. Because we are doing the right thing. Cross-checking what they send to we and ensuring that what they present to we is a true reflection of the reality.
According to you, the commission gets some political parties don't meet the criteria, and some of them self not meet the criteria yet. And you say room still there. Una get any time frame because now election now we can go into so now.
Well, by default, the parties that are aware say the time frame is before nomination begin. Okay. And definitely, if they want for gets the candidates they nominated, or they want for gets the respective candidates then from local council right down to presidential, if they want for gets they nominated, then they get for adhere to their rules then they. So they are aware ECSL don't actually give out the calendar, and they know when nominations for actually commence, and they actually need for fix their house to order before the commencement of nomination. Other than that, the commission will be left with no option than for write ECSL and give a list of parties that way don't really meet the requirements. And the one that will not meet the requirements definitely no will get the nomination accepted.
Okay.